name is Molly Clark and I work for the Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance. This is your Tuesdays at the Capitol briefing from our public policy team. Over the course of this year's session, 2019, you're going to get to meet a variety of faces, including Jeff Nachbar, who's our public policy director, and Zach Eichten, who's our other public policy associate. We're incredibly excited to work with you and to make this briefing available both remotely and in person at our Tuesdays at the Capitol event that we hold every year. And this is just our welcome video. So I'm going to give you a quick briefer on some of the policies that we're working on this year to give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about at the Capitol. So whether you can join us or whether you're far away or at home, please feel free to keep listening and to get a little bit more information about what Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance is doing at the Capitol this year. The first piece of legislation that we're going to be talking about is the hands-free cell phone bill. And this is something that's been kind of in the works at the Minnesota State Capitol, but advocates are pushing really hard for this to be the year to get it passed. We've been really lucky. It seems like it's a priority for a lot of legislators, and we were actually able to get a hearing scheduled both in the House Transportation Committee and in the Senate Transportation Committee. So that's been really great. We had advocates testify at both of those hearings, and we're looking forward to seeing where it goes next, most likely judiciary. But we'll be monitoring that and we'll send out information as we come. But if you have any interaction with distracted driving, if your brain injury is due to somebody who was on their cell phone and who hit you, please contact us. We'd love to hear your story and to use that to help make sure that this law gets passed so that the roads are safer and so that we prevent brain injuries where we can. This law is a ban on the use of cell phones in your hand while driving and mandates that if you are going to take a phone call or if you're going to, send a text message while you're driving, that you have to do it on hands-free mode. And so that means using voice commands, that means not having it in your hands, having both hands on the wheel, and it would give additional enforcement power to police officers to help keep the roads safer. So this is a policy that we're watching very, very closely, and things have been moving fast, so we're hoping that it'll go far this year. The second piece of legislation that we're going to be talking about on Tuesday is Mitchell's Law. And Mitchell's Law was actually created and proposed by one of our grassroots advocates. His idea was to allow an individual to add up to 3 emergency contacts into the driver's license information system so that people who can't communicate when they're in an emergency can still have access to their loved ones and caregivers. In Mitchell's case, because he was in a coma, it was incredibly difficult for the people caring for him to contact his parents. And so this is a solution for that would be enacted in the state of Minnesota. We were lucky and were able to get bill language drafted, and we're currently finding authors and moving forward to try and get this legislation introduced. But we're incredibly excited to work with Mitchell to get his story told and to try and get this law passed in the state of Minnesota this year. Those are just 2 of the issues we'll be talking about this year at the Minnesota State Capitol. If you're interested in housing policy, transportation policy, or medical assistance, keep your eyes open for our next video that will come out in 2 weeks, giving you a little bit more details about those policies and the work we'll be doing this year. We'll keep you briefed here and at the Capitol itself. If you're interested in changing policies for people with brain injury in Minnesota, please come and join us at the Capitol. We meet every Tuesday at the Department of Transportation cafeteria at 9:45. We have a little briefing, some free time for you to go work on your story, meet with legislators, create signs, or be active in other ways. And then we debrief over lunch with a $5 stipend around noon, and we'll be done by 1 o'clock. So that's a wrap on the first briefing of the 2019 session. We hope to see you at the Capitol, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at mollyc@braininjurymn.org. We're incredibly passionate to work with you and hope to see you at the Capitol.